not to mention the miasma that goes on the ground, and now you have a bullet time layered over the top. Thank goodness they have a the keeper's verdict, because otherwise this could have been an absolute disaster.
That Cataclysm value is going to be really high. Let's see what the counter pick is here.
Oh god, it is on. It is. I shouldn't have put that into... I feel like I manifested this, and I apologize to everyone, especially to the Gen G fans. This is an awkward draft, I feel, for Gen G. And I don't know whether it's an awkward draft because it looks so similar to the Nongshim draft that kind of fell on its face. Or something. Capybara there. Chovy, do really like that. Yeah, they just emote for a little bit, and then it's let's electrocute each other or burn each other in Zeka's case. In goes Delight, finds a nice taunt onto Ruler.
So that's a level 1 for Misfortune. Gonna heal up, try to get a little bit more tempo in this lane. This is the lane they chose to try to win with. Guma loves his Misfortune. Not even playing it with Aurel in this case because they have that Jarvan set up.
Oh, Chovy, he's burning as Canyon makes his way back from base. As Chovy almost going to be poisoned down to the egg here in this lane. Might need to go for a bit of an earlier teleport than usual.
Navi looking for the egg snipe.
He is going to get it and takes the passive with a flag. That was cute. Yep, and he also doesn't have the passive now. So Zeka teleports back to lane, and Chovy is under very real threat. As Canyon
is also under threat.
Yeah, speaking of threat, Keen is going to get the flash out here. As Canyon just going to safeguard his way forward. The Tempest doesn't land, but I don't know whether this Alcove Gaming will work. And there is first blood over the Lee Sin. Canyon, he can certainly do damage with this, as Steadfast Presence will deny the taunt from Delight.
A few impacts on the map, but no kills just yet for him, which is quite unusual.
Chovy, there's the flash forward from Zeka. Chovy gonna have to flash to get out of the way of the taunt. Smart idea there, but flash for flash in the mid lane, and Chovy taking a lot more damage as a response. I think the minions might disappear though, so Gen G pretty happy about that. Dura comes on over to find out what Delight is doing. Kanavi moves in. Remember, Chovy does not have the flash. Steadfast Presence was beautiful to answer, and they do look to turn it here. Chovy with that electrocute onto Kanavi.
With a triple grub start, Kanavi's going to come over for the contest, but he needs a little bit more help.
Yeah, controller goes down. There's the flash in! Flash from Kanavi as well. Chovy is well and truly egged, and Canyon not going to be able to do too much to answer this. Yeah, he just gets out. That is the answering kill over to HLE. And I think one grub did go over to Gen G, but that's all they're going to be able to get. As now Ruler fighting against Gumayusi. He's level 6, does have that bullet time, throws it down here, and Ruler looking a little worse for wear now.
Yeah, well, he walked out just enough. Now he's going to use his ult.
Yeah. Let's see whether Gumayusi can dodge any of these. Barrier is now... Oh! Pops in with the fourth shot!
I didn't think that was enough damage, but
neither did Gumayusi!
Yeah, he would have flashed it if he thought it was.
As well. I actually really do like that. Allows him to be a bit more brawly.
I had a feeling this was going to happen when we panned over to the replay. I didn't think he was going to die necessarily, but I knew there was definitely going to be action in the mid lane. He gets just far enough away where he knows Aguma can't flash on him anymore. Oh. He was surprised as well.
이게 좋네. 와.
And also, there was a Poppy coming down, as you guys could see in the peripheral there. So he probably would have been in trouble either way. And Chovy here just gets Cataclysmed by the Jarvan. Smite to finish.
Yeah, they need to keep his verdict. There is level 6 for Duro. Glad that the LCK did show us that one, as there is Delight taking a lot of damage. Gumayusi makes it rain. But Ruler is able to throw some damage through here as well. They all scatter though as the bullet time comes in. And now Safeguard will get Canyon out of there. Flag and Drag from Kanavi doesn't do too much, but there's a Cataclysm. Duro flashes away. Zeka not really finding an angle here, and Kanavi gonna get locked down. There is Canyon grabbing that kill. And Gen G, I think it's their turn to take a Drake.
Trying to make a play here with... Okay, never mind. We can't do replays. It's illegal.
Yeah, Zeka is going to take a lot of damage here. Kick Flash does come down. Petrifying Gaze hits onto Chovy, but he's still going to be able to kill the Snake.
It's a really brilliant play here from the Lee Sin. Watch him come over on this angle.
Hex Flash does come
flashes, but he flashes for the kick. And it ends up stunning Chovy, the ultimate there, but Chovy doesn't care. Canyon's having a day out on the Lee Sin.
In that stage of the draft as well. I think if they had have foregone that, then it could have been an opportunity to get a bunch of bans out, right? There may be some of these other options.
Needs more help to actually really threaten any serious damage as Canyon's going in, and then he's going out.
Yeah, I can kind of just dance around them here. Cataclysm does come on through, though. Kickback comes on down, and there's the safeguard to get him out of there. But now it's Keen's turn to try and get an engage, but he gets taunted, isn't able to throw the train back, and now Duro burnt down to a crisp. The curtains have now been called. The first bullet misses, second lands, third doesn't go anywhere, and they take out the on. And yes, the last one hits on Zeus, but it does basically nothing. And HLE will be gifted a Rift Herald.
Yeah. Is a steal at best for Canyon, but he'd lose his life for it. He doesn't opt in, and Ruler now in trouble.
Yeah, Zeka does get a little bit angry here. Deadly Flourish does come down. Stance United! And Chovy's down to the egg and then into the grave. Duro might follow, but there is the safeguard, and Gen G just falling apart in the blink of an eye here.
In the snap of their finger.
Oh, nice little kickback onto Guma. He's overextended, and Canyon will shut him down.
3 steps ahead.
I think most of us did, except for Gumayusi is now Keen. Let's see whether he can actually get this one to push back, as there is the Drake steal away from Canyon. Delight in trouble, bullet time, fantastic. Flash away as Canyon gets him to safety, and Keen being a massive frontline. The curtain's being called. Kanavi gets out, and they're a little out of range. Last shot does connect onto Zeka, and that is Gen G finding themselves an angle.
Chovy has been maxing his E in this game, by the way. 5 points in it right now. Canyon looking for the kick play on the Kanavi. Let's see if it's going to mean anything, though, as he turns it.
Yeah, that is going to be equalizer down. That is a very deadly sin. Yeah, getting some vision down where he can. Minute and a half on this Drake will be soul point for Gen G. As Kanavi moves in, teleport here for Keen. Looking to take matters into his own hands. The Ram can come out. Steadfast presence. So good. Keeper's verdict gets rid of 2. Zeka kind of on his lonesome, but hadn't been turned on yet. They look for the Shen first, and they'll find him. As Canyon gets knocked up, Kanavi goes in. Zeus already doing a lot of damage. As Gumayusi with a flanking bullet time. Not sure about that one, as the curtains were called, but Zeka not going to end the show just yet. And it looks like it's just Delight going down.
The biggest part of this TP trade this time around for the top laners is, okay, we're not done yet, because this time it's Zeka.
Yeah, we got another one. Keen just built Chovy a better rod of ages, but Zeka's making his way in. That's a great knock-up from Keen. Chovy flashes, and Keen stays alive. That was about as well as you could have played that, and Gen G succeed. Gen G wanting to lock themselves down this soul point, but HLE have control of the pit right now. Keen goes in, doesn't find the angle towards Zeka, but they are very durable. Steadfast presence now on cooldown. It is HLE that even out the Dragons. And no one is dead as a result. Ruler comes on over. We'll be able to grab some overgrowth here as Deadly Flourish and everything else. He just yells because he's angry. And that is the Ram coming on down. Gen G controlling the battlefield, but now a lot of these cooldowns have been used. Phenomenal knock-up here from Keen as the bullets fly. And HLE have been entirely split. The equalizer doesn't do too much, but it does slow them down. Deadly Flourish here is now they're looking to turn onto this outer turret. And man, it was like almost a team fight, but not. And was just all control of this area that Gen G do manage to claim in the end. And controlling the battlefield, that's something that Gen G's composition does extremely well. Even Keen just constructing random things over the sides here. As good stun lands, and there's a triple knock-up from Keen. But they do not overcommit into anything here. Now the Ram comes down, and they look to try and separate Zeka. The curtains are being called. He flashes over the wall, but the bullets follow. 1, 2, 3, 4, all lay it into HLE, and then they wall them off. The bullet time to eradicate the minion wave, and they will successfully stop them from taking this inner turret.
It's another
but then
play.
Gen G get to go back to the Dragon.
To equalize and watch Gen G walk away, because they need that tool as well. I think this composition from behind here as HLE is just so tricky to pull off, like you're saying, that they aren't finding the agency. As Zeus might be the first caught.
Yeah, there's a kickback onto the Rumble. He has to flash away with the heroic charge, and then the safeguard out. Duro will survive the bullet time as well, as Kanavi looks for an angle, but Chovy stuns him up. Glacial Storm comes down. He has to flash. Deadly Flourish is going to go wipe it now. Keen is looking to put the screws in, and the curtains may actually be called this time. Great knock-up as Delight is going to be sent to the skies. But what Gen G want is just more turrets, more map control, and more access to the Baron Pit, and maybe this Dragon in 2 minutes. Chovy still towards the top side alongside Zeus, so a 4 versus 4 here in the pit. Let's see what Duro can do. If he manages to get a good ulti here, they could just guarantee Infernal Soul. The train comes down, it's missed as Cataclysm comes in, but there's the Keeper's Verdict, and Gen G, they cut them off. Kanavi taken out, Delight nowhere to go. Zeus comes in, it's a decent equalizer, but not good enough. Deadly Flourish, and another shot will do it. Chovy teleports down, and Gen G may have just won the game.
I think Gen G are saying GG, as it looks like this is the end of the game loss streak for them in round 3, as Guma desperately tries to clear the way, but he's the target.
Heroic charge, just beautiful. The Crystallize was waited for, but it does deal with the wave. And Gen G might actually like the idea of heading towards Baron instead. As Canyon went for a different third item in the Maw of Malmortius first, but look at this siege, man. They can put the walls down. They can protect these siege minions. As Duro looking for a flanking, goes Kanavi looking for Chovy. They throw down the equalizer. There's the Stand United, and now it's Keen's turn to start the engage. Only hits it onto 2 as they're looking to try and focus down this turret before anything else. And Canyon, just in this mid lane, taking down the inhibitor. Inhibitor turret is going to fall, and now Delight's turn to try and go in. They put Chovy down to the egg. They take him out with the bullet time. Gumayusi has done his job, but now the curtains are going to get called. Delight the first to go down. The 4th shot connects onto Kanavi, but it's not enough to do the damage. And now Zeka gets tagged. Oh, there's the double knock-up from Keen. Smashes the brittle. Ruler is just reloading in their faces. And down to the GA goes Kanavi. Not going to find the flag because the real carry this game is the Ornn. As Ruler chasing after Gumayusi, and he will find a dancing grenade. Guma is going to get slammed into the wall. Zeus is there with the flamethrower, and down goes the Poppy. But they take out Zeus, and Gen G, I think, will be able to finish this game.
There's just too many minions here. Keen's at full health. Some heroics attempted from Guma. He got the flash, he got the kill on the Duro, but he couldn't get access in the fight. He got Chovy, but that's all he's going to get. And Gen G.
Look at how tanky Keen is. This is absolutely absurd. The Nexus is going to go down before the Fountain Laser would have any chance of killing him. And there it goes. Gen G will break the game loss streak from last week, but they still need to win the series.